Now, I've tried to encourage you to start saving a custom workspace. If you have one already saved and want to work along with this to refine it, go ahead. If you want to start from scratch, you can do so. But in either case, you need to have an image open. It doesn't matter what the image is. This is something I like to work on, these three-dimensional like images that have depth. And we'll get to these in a while if this is at all interesting to you. But just for starters, I don't know what you have here. Up here, we got a workspace. I don't know if you can see that. So let's just come down to workspace and switch to essentials. If you have a custom workspace already started, it's okay. You don't have to switch to essentials. But for everybody else, let's go ahead and do that. The default workspace for Photoshop. And now Essentials is going to remember where it was the last time you used it. So just to be careful, let's go to Window, Workspace, and reset Essentials. Because if you're coming to Essentials for the first time, you're going to see something different than me. When I click on Reset, this is what you should see. Now, we got this small window for Photoshop here, and we got two columns of panels plus a third column that's just begun with history sitting here. History's fabulous. Now the Learn panel is terrific, but we can come back to this later and we can always get to the Learn panel. See, I grabbed it by its name and I pull it out here and just click that X. Bye-bye Learn, but it's still here. Window, Learn. You click on it, it opens back up. Okay? Now you can always grab this, open it up, and say, hey, what's going on? What's at the other end of these things? And yeah, a lot of cool stuff that we can get to after we get through Reboot Camp. So remember that's there. Now the Libraries panel, this, as soon as we can get your libraries to sync, we'll start using them. Right now your libraries don't sync, so we'll get there. I don't want to get rid of libraries because I want to use it. Let's put it for right now down with properties and adjustments. So we'll grab the word libraries and drag it down. See how this turns into a square? It's not keying off the panel. It's keying off my cursor that's dragging the panel. As soon as you let it go, libraries pops into that rectangle. And if it didn't, if it missed, then, hey, drag it out here. Come back in here, move it up till your cursor makes that big blue square, and then it's sitting there waiting for you. We'll go back to properties. Okay, and now we got layers, channels, and paths. Now to start with, paths is down the road a bit. Channels is really cool, but we're not going to use that because, you start clicking here, different things start happening. You're going, hey, what's going on? That's not green, is it? So for right now, don't worry about channels. We'll just come to layers. You can resize these panels. I'm going to move my cursor. See how it changes when I go in between? If I hold down Control, see that cursor change? When you get that double-headed arrow, you can drag this a little bit. You can do the same here. Drag this up and down. And right now, we have the beginnings of a custom workspace. Now, I don't know, do you have the options bar here? If you do, great. If you don't, see I've got the Move tool, and it says Move tool right there. I'm going to come up to Window and make sure Options is checked. We want the application frame, options, and tools all checked. This is just whatever file you have open. I got to this point on this file and said, man, save this thing. So saved out a version like that. Okay, so we have the basics here. So I'm going to come up to Window, Workspace, and New Workspace. Okay, this is how you save your workspace. Now I've already got SCO and Demo, so I'm going to have a new workspace, and I'm going to name it Demo and just overwrite that other file. Okay, you can overwrite your original if you want to work on a new one. I mean, if you want to update your original, or you can name this something different. But when I click Save or hit Return, I'll just click Save so you can see that. It's going to say, hey, that workspace already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yeah. I want to update this and continue to update it. So we'll come back, we'll add a few more things, and then we're on our way to building a custom workspace. And I will use this demo anytime I want to show you how to build onto this. And you'll probably be customizing your own, so we'll diverge a little bit. But what's important is that you understand how to customize this, and you can save out different ones. For maybe you're a digital illustrator and you want to save an illustration workspace, and then a different one for typography. I don't know. I tend to build more complex workspaces that I can use for all kinds of things, but to each his own. What's important is that you now, right here in the options bar, you have this workspace checked. Got it?